Drop 'em. One hook and I'll rock 'em. One more and I'll stop 'em. Call the fighter, I'll lock 'em. Op 'em. If he reach, then I'll pop 'em. Street sweeper, I'll wash 'em. Homicide, come and chalk 'em. Drop 'em. One hook and I'll rock 'em. One more and I'll stop 'em. Call the fighter, I'll lock 'em. Op 'em. The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is our predictions for the fight July 30th between Danny Swift Garcia and Jose Benavidez. David Benavidez' brother. G is the president of the David Benavidez fan club.
Amen.
Well, he didn't always start out that way, but that's a different story for another day.
Amen.
We're turning to our lead predictor, Ned the TBE. Who you got, Danny Garcia or Jose Benavidez?
Sure, I'm going Danny Garcia, man. I think Jose Benavidez is not like his brother. That he's not the greatest of great fighters we got, and I think Danny's the more experienced, more seasoned fighter out here who's got the more power. Danny's footwork isn't the best, but Danny got the better defense. I feel he has better defense, better power, better IQ, and he's been through it. And Jose, you're not David.
All right, Conspiracy G.
This fight's at 154?
Yes.
Well, I still got Danny.
Hold on. Who you loyal to, G? Benavidez family or?
I ain't loyal to no Benavidez family, bro. He ain't David, dog. He ain't David. You know what I'm saying? Listen. I don't even know if he got his leg fixed yet. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I seen what Crawford did to that. You know what I mean? He was fighting one-legged, man. It was looking horrible. So hopefully he is fully healed. But even with that, like I do see a couple of flaws in Danny Garcia's game plan, but nonetheless, the dude could crack, bro. So like, man, I don't know, man. The dude left hook is mean. So I doubt Jose could eat those shots. I just don't see it. I really don't see it. So, and his last fight I seen him in, man, his leg was too wobbly for me, man. I don't know if after an injury like that, does your leg really ever go back to 100%? So I don't know. I feel like with that type of injury, he's more prone to getting knockdowns because it's like his chin may be able to absorb the punch, but his legs can't. So all Danny got to do, man, is just let his hands go. You know what I mean? And yeah, Danny's like flat-footed, but against a guy that's fighting with one leg, it ain't that bad. You know what I mean? So what happened?
It said against a guy fighting with one leg, he's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Still say Sonic the Hedgehog. It's too stupid. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I just feel like Danny got this, and it's gonna most likely end in a knockout. So yeah, I'll say like Danny knockout by round 10. I'll say that's my prediction. Knockout by round 10.
All right, True Dollar Bill.
Even if no matter what, let's take the shots. Let's talk about Jose Benavidez. He's a good fighter who knows boxing, right? Mm-hmm. I think that the shots destroyed what we could have seen, the greatness, But that being said, either way, I'm not taking it. I would have still went with Danny Garcia because resume and who he is and what he has accomplished. People like to crap on Danny because maybe he don't look like how you want him to look or perform how you want him to perform, or I don't know what it is. But Danny is a unified champion, 2-time world champion in 2 different weight classes with over 10 title defenses. Put some respect on the young man's name. You look at everybody he's fought, and you look at who Jose Benavidez fought. Fought one good guy on his resume, and he lost to him. Danny Garcia has proved that he's a warrior. He lost some tough fights, but he's always came out there and gave his best. He always gave his all. Go in Danny Garcia. Not going to Disney.
So it's been a while since we've seen Danny Garcia. Oh, it's been a while since we've seen Jose Benavidez too, to be honest with you.
It's difficult to even assess how I would begin to pick this fight because Jose Benavidez, as we know, he was a part of an unfortunate situation in which he was shot in the leg, and it took away from his ability to move like he used to. I mean, he can use his leg, and he's still a solid fighter, but is he the guy that he could have been? And then there's Danny Garcia, who I feel like he's had great performances where he's wowed us and he's amazed us, and then he's had performances where he's underperformed, in my personal opinion. So there are times where, like, you look at him versus Amir Khan, and I think his knockout of Amir Khan is arguably the best one. Like his performance against Amir Khan, when you factor in the timing and how he did it, and some of his knockouts, highlight reel. Now you get into his performance against Earl Spence, and although he did win some rounds, he didn't win enough, and it was clear and evident that Earl Spence beat him. I felt like he got the short end of the stick in the fight with Sean Porter, and I do feel like he beat Keith Thurman, although that was, to me, a fight where you can debate Keith got it. But for me, in what I've seen in boxing, Keith ran a little bit too much. Remind me of like Felix Trinidad De La Hoya. Go ahead, TV.
Nah, I just feel they need to run that back. We need a part 2 of Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia. We need.
You know what? That's probably not a bad fight to make, but Danny's at 154 now, and I don't think Keith would want to fight Danny right now. If we're being honest, he has Barrios troubles right now. But Danny, to me, and what he's going to accomplish at 154, I'm looking to really see if I think he could be a threat to Jermell Charlo. And that's what this fight's going to tell me. I think Danny should win this fight, and I think Danny should win this fight by a stoppage if he's the Danny Garcia that we know and we love. And if he does that, I'm looking to see how I think he would fare against Jermell, because if he looks good, I think he should call out Jermell. Why not? Because what he should be trying to do is beat Earl Spence and beat Terrence Crawford to 154. I said this before. I don't know if you guys recall, but I said when we were talking about what's next for Danny, I said if he wants to continue boxing, he should go to 154 and try to beat these guys to the title. Unfortunately, the titles are now all with Jermell. I was talking about an easier route, like one of the easier fights, but now all the titles are with Jermell. So, unless Jermell's going to let him go, but, still beating Jermell, that's a legacy building fight, and if you lose to Jermell, well, you done lost to everyone else. So it's not really that big of a deal. Danny Garcia is a fight I like. He hasn't always won the big one, but he was always in the big one. And I'll say that again. He hasn't won the big one, but he was always in the big one. And what I mean by that was he always took the fights. He's one guy we can say fought Sean Porter, fought Earl Spence, fought Keith Thurman, fought everyone, didn't duck, fought everyone. That's one of the reasons why I like him. And that's one of the reasons why everyone else should like him too. Somehow he's known as Cherry Picker Garcia when he's one of the only fighters you can name who's fought everyone. But it is what it is. That's why I like Danny, and I think he'll win this fight.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.